The Ministry of Finance has waived the value-added tax on alcohol and 2 other ingredients for production of hand sanitizers. In the same vein, the Food and Drugs Authority is also giving a 24-hour service to all pharmaceutical companies. Udile Ntiama reports the Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association is expected to flood the market with many sanitizers by Monday to avert the current rush for the commodity.
I've been sitting with various pharmaceutical associations after the president made the appeal for local production of essential personal protection equipment.
Were there to be a surge, we have not got there yet, but were there to be a surge in the incidence of this pandemic in Ghana, we would all unfortunately discover that we are very naked to deal with it. And I felt that you, the leaders of the pharmaceutical industry in our country, together with some of the leading bankers here, the regulators of the industry, officials of government, and we can come together in this coalition, we can then begin to address these deficiencies in a really systematic and programmatic manner.
An earlier announcement of $100 million for the prevention and containment of COVID-19 from the president shows from these interviews that I have conducted that government does not have the money.
At my prompting, the Minister for Finance has made available the CD equivalent of 100 million United States dollars to enhance our coronavirus preparedness and response plan. That is to fund the expansion of infrastructure, purchase of materials and equipment, and public education.
We've all heard that government has given $100 million, but yesterday we met the finance minister. Well, they have a commitment to get 100 million. There's a difference between we have 100 million and we are sitting down. I don't think the 100 million is sitting down, but they are working very hard to make it available. Some available. He mentioned about $35 million to be easily available, but we are not waiting for those things. It's a call. We have to really see what we can do. Once it comes and it helps, that is okay.
The current situation from the 30 manufacturing companies under the Association of Pharmaceutical Manufacturing Companies currently have the capacity to produce prevention personal protection equipment and sanitizer.
We've agreed that the material that we have, which we are going to use for producing medicine, we are going to allocate them to produce hand sanitizers.
Ghana will not move past this stage successfully, and that is why the $100 million would have been needed.
Unfortunately, once it becomes serious and you move into the pneumonia level, then you need a real treatment. Those products, some have been banned from UK, and India is restricting some materials.
Government owes service providers who use pharmaceutical companies. The pharmaceutical companies indicate if government pays this money, it will change a lot.
Currently, I must say that we have contract with the service providers. And the service providers also have contract with NHI. What we want is for the service providers to pay for the supplies. So Ministry of Finance is going to raise bond that is going to pay for the outstanding NHI claims. Then they will also make sure that they pay on a monthly basis to the tune of almost 70 million Ghana cedi to the service providers every month.
This may be Ghana's chance to look at being a pharmaceutical hub for at least West Africa.
Most of the French-speaking countries do not have manufacturing facilities, and we can be providing the services to them. As at now, if you look at infusions, mostly the Ghanaian companies export to most of the French-speaking countries, and that is why we expect government to increase his interest in local manufacturing so that we can make Ghana the hub for West Africa.
Government has, however, shown some level of commitment to the sector in the past. 9 companies are expected to benefit from some 300 million cedis by close of year from the Exim Bank.
When I met the president, he said 302 million cedis is what he has allocated so far, and he said he has paid 192 or 196 million. But we are all at various stages, so we need them to, at least before the end of the year, if these facilities can be given the funds to complete so that Ghana can boast of new facilities that meet international standards to be able to supply Ghana and also start exporting. That would be very good for the country.
The Ministry of Finance has promised to also take taxes off the 3 main ingredients for producing hand sanitizers. Food and Drugs Authority is also contributing its quota.
We've agreed with FDA, the chief executive of FDA, that when we submit samples for registration, it will be done in 24 hours. Kina Pharma will submit a sample of a hand sanitizer to FDA, and we expect to have the approval by Friday. On Monday, we are going to give out more than 1,000 liters of hand sanitizers to be donated and given out to hospitals, clinics, and even to the presidency.
By Monday, there will be a glut for sanitizers, but will this support for local manufacturing just end at the corona vanishing into thin air as many wish it will? Currently, Ghana produces only 33% of its drug consumption needs.